Welcome to our reviews. I'm Chase Lee, and I have another selection for you guys from the Dallas International Film Festival, and this is Hellion. This is a full-length feature based on a short film that the same director from both did. I never saw the short, but apparently it was at Dallas International Film Festival a couple years ago, and the director said she wanted to make a full-length. So, how is this full-length? Okay, the directing. It's directed by Kat Candler, and I'm probably mispronouncing that, but I do what I do. So it's directed by her, and what I found interesting was this movie is about a group of teenage boys, and it resembles like Stand By Me and just other great ones that involve a group of kids and they're just acting the way they do. And what I found really interesting is that she nailed the aspect of growing up as a teenage boy down. I remember when I was a teenager, we would act like that. We would be rowdy, we would curse, we would look at nudie magazines or whatever. So, in that regard, I gotta give her props. Like, she said she's married, and so she had to ask her husband a few times if the dialogue was correct or whatever. But for the most part, she nailed this tone down in terms of dialogue and story-wise because I was really invested in these characters. I mean, because I can relate to them, and because it's mainly about friendship, and it's about brothers, and it's just, that bond that we all had when we were teenagers and stuff with friends. And like I said, I thought she nailed that down in terms of story and dialogue. In terms of tone and the way it looked, she chose to go with Handycam. And I'm never opposing Handycam, but this added to it. I thought it was more grounded, more just realistic and gritty and just dirty, and it felt right with the subject matter. And I have to give her props to that too, because I know a lot of people do not like Handycam, but I thought for this subject matter it worked very, very well. So the acting, Aaron Paul is in this. He plays the father of the two young boys as the two main characters, and Juliette Lewis is also in this. There's a couple of others, but Josh Wiggins plays the main character of Jacob, and it's his movie, but people do go to this movie for Aaron Paul. Not gonna lie. Does Aaron Paul do a good job? Yeah, he does. I kind of wish this was his first release instead of Need for Speed after Breaking Bad, but you do what you do. He does a really good job. I thought he was very dynamic. It was very in depth as a character. He had a lot going on in the movie. And I didn't see Jesse Pinkman. That's the one thing you have to judge these actors on from TV shows. Like, are they different from their characters? It's like, yes. Aaron Paul does a fantastic job as the father. And like I said, he has a lot of depth, a lot of emotion. And he does a kick-ass job at it. And I want to see more Aaron Paul. I really do. Juliette Lewis is also in this. She's good. I've never had a problem with her in anything. The first thing I ever saw her in was Old School. The very opening scene of that's how I was introduced to Juliette Lewis. But the kids in the movie, since they are the main focus, they have very, very good chemistry. I'm not gonna say great chemistry, but it was very good chemistry to where I felt like these kids were probably friends for a long time. And the main actor, Josh Wiggins, he does a pretty good job as well. He reminded me a lot of Ty Sheridan when he was a kid and stuff. I mean, he's still a kid, but like he's not like a young kid anymore. But that's who he reminded me of, and I want to see more of him. I wouldn't be opposed to that. So the cinematography, like I said, it's very handheld, very gritty and realistic. I love the color palette of like the dusk look, where it looked like it was 6 p.m. almost every scene. I just love that look where like the sun's like almost down and it's like that orangey glow, and like it just looks really good in the scenes, and that's what most of this movie was, that color tone, and I really liked it. That's all I can say about it. Editing wise, let's see, it's an hour and a half. It does fly by because like I said, I can relate to this movie because I was a teenage boy once. I still act like one sometimes, maybe a little bit, but it is 95 minutes long, and I thought it was paced pretty well. There was a couple slow parts like in the middle, but for the most part, you're still. I was invested throughout the entire time, and the end of the movie is pretty powerful. It's very powerful, and I was like, dear God, if that happened to me, that would just suck. But I really liked the ending to this film. I thought it was paced very well. Since I can relate to this movie, and I really enjoyed the hell out of it, in all those aspects, I'm gonna go pretty big. I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. I think it's a very good, solid movie. I wish Aaron Paul led off with this off of Breaking Bad instead of Need for Speed. I want to see more from this director. The kid actors did very well. The story was grounded. I really enjoyed it, and I want to know if you guys have seen it too, from the Dallas International Film Festival. Whoever's watching in Dallas. So, have you seen Hellion? If you have, or if you even heard of it, comment in the place rub in my face and let me know. And as always, thanks for watching more reviews. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. See you guys later.